Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new around here, hi, I'm Mackenzie. Today we're going to be doing my Disneyland trip plans video, and I'm so ready to get into it. I love making these videos for you guys. I started doing them a couple Disney trips ago where I just kind of talk you guys through how we decided to structure kind of our daily park plans, what we want to do, everything we want to accomplish. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my foodie bucket list at the end of all the snacks and things I want to try at Disneyland because there are so many. I do always like to start these videos by saying that these are our ideal trip plans. These are things that we really want to get done, but it doesn't mean they're actually going to happen. I think that's the biggest thing with Disney, whether you're going to Disneyland, Disney World, is just to remember that it can be unpredictable. There can be canceled flights, there can be rides that go down. So just remember when you're making your plans that it's your dream ideal plans, and just be flexible. That's the biggest, most important tip I can give you if you're going to Disney, and I think it'll kind of help with your expectations when you're in the park. So with that being said, I do want to start with a little bit of background about this trip. So we are going to Disneyland in California. My sister and I, we love doing sister trips because we grew up going to Disney together, so we do Disney the same way. She's one of my favorite people to go to Disney with. Shout out to you, Madison. For our park tickets, they are 3-day park tickets with Park Hopper and Genie Plus added in, which is great, a thing Disneyland still does. And Disneyland also still has Park Pass reservation system, so we do know what park we're going to be starting in each day, and we can park hop I think after 11 at Disneyland. So on top of all that, we are also going during Pixar Fest. There's a lot of Star Wars things going on. I think it's called Season of the Force. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and I did make a little kind of vision board for this trip that I'm going to put over here. I just think it's fun to kind of have a vision board to kind of look forward to before you start planning out your trip and what you want to do, and just get ideas and see pictures. And it just made me so excited to sit down and really write out and talk to Madison about what we want to accomplish on this trip. That's my vision board. That's about the trip. Let's get into the daily trip plans. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let's start with pre-travel day. So pre-travel day, I always throw this in here because it is important to the structure of our trip, I guess. So my sister and I live in different cities, but I live in the city that's closer to the airport we fly out of. So the day before our travel day, she always drives in to come hang out with us and stay with my husband and I. That way we can drive a lot quicker earlier in the morning. So Madison will get here. We will probably do a nice fun dinner with her and my husband, and then we'll come back and watch a Disney movie. We love to watch Disney movies before our Disney trip. We're gonna have to pick one that's kind of more Disneyland specific, I think. So we're gonna have to talk about that and brainstorm. But we're gonna have to call it kind of an early night that night because that's gonna bring us to travel day, which travel day is one of the most exciting days. My mouth is already hurting from smiling just talking about this trip, guys. So travel day, we are waking up bright and early, 3 a.m. probably, if not a little bit earlier, because I'm not gonna be able to sleep because it always feels like Christmas right before a Disney trip. But we have to get up at 3 a.m. We do have a little bit of a drive to the airport before we fly out, but I like to just get there, get some Starbucks. We're gonna do the mobile order at Starbucks because our airport just got that, so we can mobile order. We can walk up, go through security, and then grab our drinks and snacks, which I think is gonna be a game changer because the line is always so long in the morning. But our flight departs at around 7:30, and we're scheduled to get to LAX at 9 a.m., which is one of the best things about living in the central time zone when we go to Disneyland or just go to California in general, is that we gain a lot of hours on the flight because of the time zone changes. So it's like a 3+ hour flight, but we're gonna get there at 9 a.m. LA time, which is great. I'm very excited about that. And then from there, our plan is to Uber/Lyft, whatever one's cheaper, to our hotel. So we'll do that, and I'll show you guys how I navigate to the Uber Lyft setup at LAX. It's gonna be interesting. Stay tuned for the vlogs. After we get in our Uber and Lyft, we're heading to our hotel, which I am going to share with you guys. We're staying at a Good Neighbor hotel, which if you haven't watched my Disneyland trip planning video, go watch that, where I kind of break down how the hotel situation is at Disneyland. But basically, a Good Neighbor hotel is not owned and operated by Disney. It is just a hotel that Disney has a partnership with to be able to book like tickets and hotel packages together and things like that. So we are staying at the Grand Legacy Hotel, which is right across the street from Disneyland, like literally steps across the street. And we really just did this since we're just 2 of us traveling. We wanted to prioritize safety. We also didn't want to walk a lot because we're planning on being at the parks for like lots of hours and doing lots of steps. So just to kind of be really close to the parks, I think will be good because we do want to go back and forth and do some rest breaks during these days. So yeah, we're staying at the Grand Legacy. I'm really excited about that. They do have some newly renovated rooms, and that's one of the rooms we're staying in. So I can't wait to show you guys a little room tour. So be looking for that as well. If everything goes according to plan, we will probably get to the hotel around around like 11 o'clock, and check-in isn't until 4 p.m. I did ask and they said that they do sometimes have rooms available where we can early check-in at no extra charge, but it just kind of depends on what they have. So if we can check in, we will check into the room, unpack, just get excited. And if not, I did ask and they have a luggage storage system so we can drop our luggage off and head to the parks. But yeah, that's gonna be kind of the travel part of our day. And I always break up travel day and day one just because it's easier and they're two different things in my mind. So we're gonna move on to Disneyland day one. So remember, this is all in the same day. So we're really knocking out a lot of stuff. But Disneyland day one, we are starting at Disneyland Park because how could you not go to Disneyland and start at Disneyland Park? I am so excited about that. So because we're gonna have Genie Plus integrated into our tickets whenever Lightning Lanes open up, we're gonna go ahead and book them and kind of stack them for later in the evening. That way we can get a lot of rides done that day. And Madison and I have talked about our rides and some of the rides we want to do, just a couple. Indiana Jones, because it is so good. Hyperspace Mountain, which is like the Star Wars version of Space Mountain. And just all the classic dark rides we want to do too, because we don't really have those in Disney World anymore. They've kind of taken a lot of them away. And I just think it's gonna be so fun to bop around Fantasyland and get on all those rides. But somewhere in there, we're gonna have to eat lunch. And so I have so many lunch options in my phone. Like right here, I have lunch. So many options. Snacks, question mark. Tiana's Palace, question mark. Jolly Holiday, question mark. So that's the thing about Disneyland is there are so many great quick service options, so many great snack options. And like I said, I'll talk about snacks at the end, but quick service, there's so many and we're just gonna have to kind of see what we're feeling in the moment. You never know when you're gonna eat, you never know what you're gonna be in the mood for. So we try not to like set on one place too much because we usually end up changing it anyway. So that's our plan for that. And then after we eat lunch, we'll probably just walk around the park, take some pictures, get on some rides. There is the Magic Happens parade in Disneyland at 3 p.m. So we're definitely gonna wanna catch that. And then we do have a really fun dinner this night. We are going to Blue Bayou. And if you don't know what Blue Bayou is, it is essentially inside Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's inside Pirates. Like how cool is that? And I talked about that in my planning video and I actually had a lot of people say that the food is actually pretty good too, because from what I heard, I was going for the experience, for the ambiance. That is a little bit of a later dining reservation just because I figured that we would be eating lunch kind of late, just getting there with travel day. So we might not have but like an hour after dinner to do some things, but I kind of just want to take in Disneyland at night. Like walk on Main Street, eat some popcorn, go in the shops. I don't know, we'll see. But again, loose plans because we're just excited to be at Disneyland. So that's gonna bring us to Disneyland day 2, which I'm really, oh, this day's a good one. It's a good one. So we're starting at California Adventure Park. So that's the other park at Disneyland. And this is the park with like the really cool land. So you have Cars Land, you have Avengers Campus, you have Pixar Pier, which is my favorite probably by far. Our plan is to rope drop this day. We're gonna rope drop Radiator Springs if we wake up in time, let's hope so. We also will buy an individual lightning lane for it because that's the individual lightning lane at California Adventure, and we're gonna wanna ride that so much because Radiator Springs is so good. And some of our ride must-dos for California Adventure, Web Slingers, which is like an interactive Spider-Man ride. Madison and I love Marvel. We like went to all the movies with our dad, every single one when it released, so we're like big Marvel girlies. Soarin' is there, which you guys know is my favorite ride at Disney World, and stands to reason that's my favorite ride at Disneyland probably, but I'm very excited to get to do Soarin'. And then Guardians Mission Breakout, you know, the old Tower of Terror, now it's Guardians. It's fun, it's a good time. For lunch this day, again, so many good options. We have Pim's Test Kitchen, which is kind of the Ant-Man themed in Avengers Campus restaurant. It has some fun kind of dishes, so I think that would be fun. Cozy Cone, like the Cozy Cone motels, they have different stations that have different kind of food. Again, I'm not making strict plans for lunch because we're just gonna kind of go with the flow. We might just snack around, just kind of depends. And the plan is to kind of do rides, experiences, shows until about 4. And then we're going to do a little rest at the hotel. And that's gonna kind of end that part of the day. And we're gonna move into, drum roll please, Star Wars After Dark night. We are going to the Star Wars After Hours event. Madison got an email that this was happening during our trip and she was freaking out when she called me and was like, I'm buying the tickets right now. So we did, and we're very excited to do an after hours event. This is a separate ticketed event at Disneyland Park. We're able to get in with our ticket at 6 p.m. but the actual like event doesn't start until 9. And it's from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. which is just wild to me. Anyway, for that that night. We will probably head into Disneyland Park at 5:30 because we do have park hoppers, so we'll be able to get in a little bit before then. And we'll get some dinner. I don't know where. We don't have any other like dining reservations other than Blue Bayou. There is some like special treats at this night, so we didn't really think we wanted a full heavy dinner because we're gonna want to try a lot of the snacks there. So that's gonna be exciting. But another fun thing about this night is we are wearing costumes. Madison somehow convinced me to wear a Star Wars costume, and here we are. So here we go. We're going all in for this event. But I have read that lots of people dress up, like most of the people going dress up or at least wear something Star Wars. So I'm excited to kind of just blend in and have fun and get really immersed into it. What I'm most excited for, there are so many special characters that you can meet. Like Luke and Leia are out meeting, R2-D2, C-3PO, which is my favorite Star Wars character by far. I know some people don't like him, but I love him. We'll see if we make it till 1 a.m. guys. Stay tuned because I think I'm getting too old for that. Anyway, after a really fun Star Wars night, we're gonna head into Disneyland Day 3, which is our final day at Disneyland. Oh, I'm already sad thinking about our final day. The plan is to probably sleep in a little bit, not like super late, but we're not gonna try to rope drop just because if we do stay out to like midnight, 1 a.m., we're gonna need a little bit of rest. So we'll do that. And then our park pass reservation starts at Disneyland Park. And so we're just gonna go and hit a bunch of the rides that we didn't get to do. I do think we'll be able to do some rides at Star Wars night, but I don't wanna spend all of our time doing rides. I want to meet the characters. I want to do all the fun things geared to the night. So we're going to kind of hit these last rides that we didn't do and all of our favorite rides on this Day 3 day. So I'm really looking forward to that. And again, we'll have Genie Plus, so we'll be able to kind of pick and choose what we want to do with that. And then lunch will kind of be probably either at Tiana's Palace or Jolly Holiday, whichever one we didn't do on the first day. Those are just like the two quick services that have stood out to us the most. We probably will find something else that we'll want to try. I could eat one of the Disneyland corn dogs and a churro and call it a meal and be good because those things are so delicious. And okay, I gotta stop thinking about the snacks. We're gonna get into that in a second. Definitely just want to spend some time taking in Disneyland during the day because we will only have been there during the day like one other time. The vibes at Disneyland are just so perfect and happy and just very nostalgic. So I'm excited to spend some more time in Disneyland. And then I think we are gonna go back to the hotel for a little bit and do some packing so we don't have to wake up as early to pack. We'll do some packing and then the plan is to head back to DCA, do some more rides there, kind of get the ones that we want to do and that we didn't get to do some more of the shows because they do have a parade at DCA while we're there, which is there because of the Pixar Fest that's going on, and it's called the Better Together Pixar Pals Celebration, and that's around 4, so we'll do that. We'll probably do another individual lightning lane for Radiator Springs for the nighttime because I want to see it in the day, in the evening, and at night because I feel like rides can be very different with all those times, and Radiator Springs does go outside. If I haven't mentioned it, it's the Cars ride. Like it is the Cars Land, the main attraction. Dinner is gonna be a game time decision. If we have time, I think we might go out to Downtown Disney, which is right outside of the parks, and just kind of bop around the shops, maybe get something to eat there just to try something outside of the parks. Maybe we'll look into that, do a little bit of shopping, and then the plan is to head back into California Adventure to see World of Color for our last night. Now, if you don't know what World of Color is, it's a light show, water show that's right outside of Pixar Pier. It looks so beautiful and I've always wanted to see it, and so I'm so excited to be able to see World of Color. We're seeing World of Color 1. There's a couple different versions and that's just the one that's gonna be there while we're there. So yeah, that is gonna kind of end our night and end our Disneyland trip that day. I am so excited. Those are kind of our rough, loose trip plans. We kind of put down our main rides we want to do, some restaurants that we looked at and want to try as far as quick service goes, and things like that, things that we don't want to miss. So that is our trip plans. Now I'm gonna move over really quickly and just talk about some of the snacks, my foodie bucket list that I really want to try. The first park we're gonna go to is Disneyland Park, and the cheesy garlic bread from Maurice's Treats. It's like garlic bread but so much cheese, pull apart. I've heard you gotta get it with the marinara sauce, which is like an extra $1, but worth it because that's gonna be good. The breakfast chimichanga at the snack cart near Big Thunder. I feel like Disney World lacks so much on breakfast, and so I'm excited to go to a park that has some breakfast options, and I've heard this one's really good, so I'm excited to try that. The cream cheese pretzel. They also have a jalapeno cream cheese pretzel at the refreshment corner, and that's like right on Main Street, so we always get a pretzel, Madison and I, at Disney World at some point, and so we're gonna mix it up and get a different pretzel. I know they have cream cheese pretzels at Disney World, but they're always sold out when we go, so hoping we can get it at Disneyland since it's a little more of a staple there, but we'll see. Next we have Mickey beignets from the Mint Julep bar because have to try them, guys. I haven't been able to get to them at Disney World, and so I'm excited to try them there. Okay, next is the corn dog, the hand-dipped corn dog from the Little Red Wagon in Disneyland. These are so good. These are the best corn dogs I've ever had in my life. They are just perfect, hand-dipped, thick kind of batter, but so good. And then the last thing, probably the thing I'm most excited about, is the beef burrito toasted grilled cheese sandwich from Jolly Holiday. It looks like a really full sandwich, which I'm excited about, so a really good lunch option maybe. But those are all the main things I want to try at Disneyland Park. And then moving on to California Adventure, the R&D martini at Pim Tasting Lab. It's kind of a take on an espresso martini, and I really have been liking those lately, so I want to try one of those. The bacon mac and cheese cone, guys, at the Cozy Cone Motels. I just imagine myself with this cone. It's literally a cone filled with mac and cheese and bacon, just walking down in Cars Land with all the neon lights. It's gonna be good. Okay, next is the beef burrito ramen from the Lucky Fortune Cookery. This is in the San Francisco area, the new area in California Adventure. Well, the reimagined area. I think it looks so good. Madison also really likes ramen, so we will definitely probably could split this or try it together. So we'll see. Madison, just let me know. And one of the last things on my list are the asada fries. This is at the Award Wieners, like the hot dog place, but they look good. Loaded fries are like one of my weaknesses, so definitely want to try that. And I think that is everything on my snack foodie list. If you guys have anything, comment down below so I can try it and add it to my list, because I am open to all the ideas, because I think for some of our meals we might just like snack around, because I think that's really fun to do too. That way we get to try a lot of different things. So those are my Disneyland trip plans that we have for our upcoming trip to Disneyland. I'm so excited to share these vlogs with you guys. Just get there, get to experience Disneyland with my sister. It's gonna be so much fun, and I can't wait to take you guys along for that. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss all the Disneyland vlogs coming so soon. Your next video is gonna be a pack and prep with me for Disneyland, which is just crazy, and I gotta start working on my packing list for that. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you real soon. Bye!